What is going on, guys? It is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. We are here, UPR Studios. We are ready to review some AEW Dynamite. I am your host, Dan the Man, along with my co host. To my left, I have Evil Dose. What's going on, my man?
Yo, I'm just supporting indie wrestling here, wearing my O'Shea Edwards, the big bad kaiju shirt, and rocking my The Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin beanie for winter, so fresh and new, keeping me warm. So don't say I don't support indie wrestling. Going to MCW this weekend as well. So up yours. But and there's a theme for this because this was like the best MLW episode in at least a year.
Oh, geez. And under us right now, we have, let me be frank, Vincent Lasagna.
Jeff, I don't even know what you just said. None of that. I don't know any of them people. I don't even know what the fuck MLW is.
I know, because you're a big wrestling fan.
The biggest.
Of course I know what MLW is. They're coming to your town?
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't think they are coming to my town.
What'd you say is coming to your town?
MCW. Maryland Championship Wrestling.
I don't even know what that is. I know what MLW is.
Now, MCW actually used to be used to work with the Ring of Honor dojo, so a lot of the dojo guys would go. Riddle's going to be there facing former Dolph Ziggler, and apparently Alberto Del Rio is also going to be there.
So Riddle's going to be there, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, they're facing each other.
So everyone that got canceled is going to be there.
No, there's more people that got canceled. I don't think Marty Scurll is booked. I don't think David Starr is booked. There's others. I don't think Vince McMahon is booked.
I mean, it isn't only a matter of time until Marty Scurll gets a job.
Right.
Like,
I mean, can you imagine having like the canceled battle royal? Like you have like Jimmy Havoc in there. And then No Chance in Hell music comes on and Vince is like number 20.
Well, we don't have Control Your Narrative anymore, so is that ever going to happen?
Tessa Blanchard. Well, there's XPW. There's PCW. I mean, anything to get more than 1,500 people to buy their pay-per-view. So sure, yeah, absolutely.
What is shame that the guy
back?
wasted his talent? Jimmy Havoc wasted his talent.
Vince, I see you over there, and you look like you're just stewing. You look like you're ready. You look like you have something to say. You look like somebody pissed in your Wheaties.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, this was a very good AEW Dynamite episode.
Really? What was your favorite part?
What's my favorite part?
Uh-huh.
The Hall of Famer that came on.
Okay.
I mean,
I can't wait to hear about it as we go through the show because there's a lot of because listen. AEW's roster is stacked and packed and jacked full of Hall of Famers.
It is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into this. So Dynamite kind of starts off with a bang or maybe a dud.
If you want to call that.
Get over this.
Skunk attack.
Little issue with the pup right now. AEW Dynamite really started off with a bang here. We had Jon Moxley against Jeff Hardy. Let me tell you, the enigma that is Jeff Hardy. I don't even know what to say beyond why would they have this match? What was the need for this match? And something like the saying goes, just because you can doesn't mean that you should. So I'm going to wait to hear what you have to say, Evil Dose, before we really get going and you get me to go off on this.
Okay. First of all, in the first of two technical issues with AEW's production tonight, WTBS went out for about 5 to 7 minutes while every other channel worked, including TNT. And it's funny, if you sat there and you waited long enough, it pushed you onto TNT to watch the hockey game, which I'm not sure isn't Warner Brothers Discovery telling you, we'd really prefer you watch hockey. But every other channel worked. And then, of course, the overrun did not make it to the DVR again. Luckily, I was watching live because I'm a professional, but the overrun which for the first couple of weeks wasn't pre-approved apparently. Ever since then, it has not made it to the DVR for Xfinity, Fios, or Dish TV. Those are just the ones I know of. So
We're talking about
to say we don't prioritize a TV show when we don't put your overrun on the DVR. Oh, the match.
Well
Jeff
said.
Hardy, I guess, is
what are
turning
we
heel.
talking about?
Well, I missed half the match because TBS was not actually broadcasting.
So Vince, what do you think about Moxley and Hardy?
That was my favorite part of the show, by the way, when the broadcast was out.
Well,
saved you a lot. I'll tell you that.
If you thought Jeff Hardy was going to get an advantage by jumping Jon Moxley in the beginning of the match, you were vaguely mistaken. And it didn't even seem like Jeff Hardy was trying. Just like my Eagles, just like my Philadelphia Eagles, the last game they played when they lost almost by, 20 points. They weren't even trying. So, I mean, Jeff Hardy, I tell you guys every week, the guy's done. He's a dunzo. Like,
he's cooked.
Everybody says he still has good moves, but I don't see them. I see a lot of stringing, of getting up, and a lot of my body's shot.
Yep.
This match should have not taken place. I'd rather watch paint dry on the wall than watch this match again.
I also don't understand Moxley's thing. I mean, he comes in through the crowd, which is clearly a face move, but he won't fist bump anyone. He won't, slap any hands, but he does the pose in it. It's just the weirdest thing. But yeah, I mean, I actually saw 2 Jeff Hardy matches recently that I thought were pretty good. I know Vinny did not, but up until those 2 matches, I 100% agree with him. And then with this match, I 100%. Half of the match I saw, Jeff Hardy, really doesn't look like his heart or soul is in this, and Matt Hardy just looks pathetic. And with the whole thing with him and Rebby at war, it's like sort of a mini cloud that reminds you just how old and sad this whole thing is.
Yeah, and I agree. Jon Moxley does feel like he's kind of been stagnant. Like they're really trying to find a place for him right now on the card. But they
did. There's an international feud is brewing, my friend.
They did, and an international feud is brewing. I will say that, and it's going to be very interesting to see the next step with Moxley going up against some luchadors. So I'm almost wondering if a AAA run might kind of be in the cards here next.
Except those guys were from CMLL, so good job there.
No,
of course I understand why you'd be confused because AEW has been working with AAA and not so much with CMLL. But yeah, Moxley defeated Jeff Hardy with a legal choke, I suppose. And then for whatever reason, 3 luchadors came in, though there were 4 in the crowd. And I may have their names wrong. I think one was Herpesico, the other was Gonorrhea, and then there was another one, Chlamydia.
Gonorrhea, huh?
Yeah, Chlamydio and Syphilistico.
Wow. Those are some names.
Yeah, and they all attacked Jon Moxley, knowing full knowledge that the BCC wasn't there.
The less rascals.
They're called less radicals. They're called the VDs. They're called the STDs.
So I'm just going to say this. Jeff Hardy tonight, he wasn't as bad as he usually is. That's not saying much, but this wasn't a total failure on his end. I'd give it as Evil Dose likes to say, a D. But it wasn't. He tried. He doesn't have it anymore. I think he put on about as good of a match as he probably can at this point. I didn't hate it, but it's time that maybe he goes and does some tag team matches. And
tag team?
Yeah. I don't want to see Jeff Hardy. I don't want to see Jeff Hardy doing any singles matches anymore. It's just not it. It's not good for him.
I think Jeff Hardy should go and finish that acoustic tour that he threatened to do when he first got released by WWE.
Please don't even do that because he's not even good at that either. Have you guys seen Jeff Hardy live? Because I have.
No.
I saw musically, him at Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's. Wow.
WWE had a contract one night. It was WrestleMania weekend here. Actually, no, it was WrestleMania weekend, but he did. It wasn't through WWE. It was through another company that they booked him for the show that he did an acoustic show at Dave & Buster's, and it was god awful.
Well, that was a great place to listen to live music.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine another place I'd rather be.
Hey, I'm just telling you where I saw it. Doesn't mean I want to see it.
I mean, I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
I mean, it was god awful. Come on.
I don't know, but yeah, my favorite part was when her Pisico attacked Moxley.
Her Pisico.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about gonorrhea?
Yeah, with chlamydia as well.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah. That was
So
when chlamydia came out?
Yeah, chlamydia.
Did you see Herpetitio? Oh man.
No, but I did see La Gonorrhea.
I did see chlamydia.
Yep, same.
Yep.
Chlamydia against Claudio is going to be that's going to be a hard hitting. They're going to need antibiotics after that one.
Was one of them Sin Cara?
Sure.
Oh man. So let's go ahead and just move on to the next bout of the night, which I'm going to tell you, I thought this was a banger. I was into this match. Hangman against Toa Leona.
Yeah, Taya Leone.
Taya Leone. Yeah, Taya Leone. Yeah, that guy. This was really good.
I mean, if only there was any chance in the world that we could ever believe that the guy from the Mogul Embassy that's only been in 3-man, 6-man matches and occasionally tag team would ever have a chance. However, I agree with you. This match was a banger. This match was by far my favorite part of the show.
Holy crap! You agree on something that was good for AEW.
It's two big guys, big Samoan dude. He knows how to wrestle. He throws his body around. He's got to be like 310.
Yeah, easy.
And Hangman in the ring is good. It's just when he starts opening his mouth, he does stupid shit.
Yeah, and they protected Leone pretty well because he looked like he was about to win the match. Hangman mustered up enough strength to just kind of roll over his shoulders and pick up the 3. These guys, they slapped around. It was a hard-hitting fight, and to me, this was probably the match of the night.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just have to wonder, based on the ending, spoiler, is why didn't Brian Cage come out to help him, and where was Bishop Khan, by the way, formerly from MCW and the Ring of Honor dojo. But aside from that little thing, that little nitpick, yeah, I mean, very good match. I mean, hard hitting. There were a couple spots where I'm not sure that Hangman was just supposed to bounce off of Toa Leone. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I wasn't really clear on it. I mean, when he went back a second time to do a tope suicida and bounced off the second time, I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen. Right. But if it was, I'm fine with it. Whatever. This was a good match.
It was.
Big, meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah. I always tell you guys, I never really have a bad thing to say about Hangman Page. Only he doesn't have, I mean, besides him not knowing how to really cut a promo, I think his ring work is good. He doesn't do he's not like a you're not gonna go like holy shit, but I mean for his move list and what he does in the ring, I mean it keeps you entertained.
I don't have a bad word to say about him inside the ropes.
You know, the one thing that kind of stood out to me about this match was when Hangman went and he hit the Deadeye, then he just got like right back up, like nothing, like it didn't even happen.
Yeah, he didn't sell it at all.
Did he put his finger up and say acknowledgement?
I mean, it looked like it. For a minute there, I was wondering what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but doesn't that make doesn't that make a bad match when you can't sell? Like Warrior Stu back in the day, like you would beat Ultimate Warrior up and he'd be like, "What did you do, Stu, to me?" Like, how do you do that?
That's every match in AEW. So I you know what? You have me figured out, but I will never have you figured out. And unfortunately, folks, this might be my last regular appearance on this show. There's some shuffling going on. And despite me being the only AEW fan on the cast, I may apparently be moved to the flagship show of Raw, the Raw review show, which is, by the way, we know it hasn't started yet, but it will.
But it will. But it will. So we're gonna. So Hangman does pick up the W. Highlight of the night. We're gonna go to the back here, and the Young Bucks.
You love the back stuff with Renee Paquette.
Well, we didn't totally get a ton of Renee Paquette tonight, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
You're not happy about it.
I don't think I'm ever happy.
I'm only happy when it rains. Look at that. See, look at Christopher plugging the show. Good man.
How do you feel that MJF lose? MJF is needed right now in AEW. And I know a lot of people do not. Some people don't feel that way. I do. I think MJF is needed badly. I'm hoping that he comes back quickly from his injuries. We need more MJF. AEW needs MJF.
Well, I also feel like they screwed the whole storyline up with MJF and the devil thing, because I mean they showed who the devil was, and then all of a sudden MJF goes away. Like I don't think that was a great way to end the storyline, but I also know that he's hurt. But why wouldn't you just keep it going, until he comes back?
It was like a dead dog, and let's be honest, this thing is snake bit anyway. I mean, the devil thing was screwed originally when Adam Cole got injured, and apparently double injured. Then it got screwed more when MJF got double injured, and then it had no focus. The whole point, of the bang bang scissor gang, it doesn't make any sense any longer. Everybody that was trying to get revenge on them is not around. They won the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships from MJF and I guess Adam Cole, maybe Samoa Joe. I'm not even sure who they beat. And Roderick Strong seems to be the one going after Orange Cassidy, who was not part of this at all. They're trying to make you forget by making it Orange Cassidy and Best Friends. But I mean, whenever I see Orange Cassidy and Best Friends, I try to think about other things. And then, we'll get to it. But it looks like Wardlow might have injured himself. Hopefully it was just a tweak. But it looks like Wardlow might have injured himself in this, and this storyline is even more snake bit. But even that, I mean, it was a rank copy of the Christian Kill Switch storyline on the same goddamn show.
So was she saying that MJF is not needed in AEW?
I'll tell you this. That's yes, what it is.
No, I think she's saying that there was too much MJF, but you can still need someone. You just don't need that much of someone so much during the week.
So hold on, real quick.
We love you.
But can I ask her something? Like, I don't know if she's kidding around or not, but if it's not MJF,
we know, Jeff. We know.
If it's not MJF, who would it be that you would say AEW's counting on right now?
First of all, I think that I've known Tamara a long time. I don't think she was saying that herself. I think that she was pointing out that sort of the internet was saying enough of MJF. I don't think she necessarily agrees with that.
I don't think anyone should be saying enough of MJF. I think that man is money television.
I think they're losing out big time not having him.
Whether it was too much or not, his presence is sorely missed on the show. We get too much Moxley also. I mean, you can get too much, and you can get too much even of great things, because if you get too much of great things, it just seems ordinary. And then how do you get to great? It's difficult. So yeah, but AEW clearly misses MJF because there were so many stories were circling around him. See, I knew what the sheriff meant. I've been her deputy a long time. Or maybe I've been the drunk.
You know what I missed, though, honestly?
We need Mad Dog. That's what it is.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I think, and quote me tell me if I'm wrong or not, I think everything MJF that was negative that he did was better than the actual stuff that he does as a baby face.
Well, yeah, definitely a better heel, but everybody is. Practically. Not everybody, but most everybody.
I feel like she's fucking with me right now with this MJF shit. I really do.
All right.
Oh man.
Well, luckily MJF wasn't on tonight's episode of Dynamite, so we don't really have to worry
That
about
is not luckily. That is unfortunate. So let's go to the backstage segment here. Young Bucks are shown arriving, and they no longer want to be Nick and Matt. They are going to be referred to as Matthew and Nicholas Jackson.
These fucking clowns.
Very biblical.
Listen, this is a full-on heel turn by the Bucks, and I am here for it. I am here for this.
For what? What are they doing? They're acting like a bunch of fucking retard rich kids.
Oh boy.
That's what they are, and they've always acted that way. They just realize it now.
Yeah, but so what are they going to do? They're going to come out with like Lord William Regal with his hand behind their back, and they're not going to do any flips in the ring. Like that's going to go over well.
No, they're gonna abuse
that
their
is
power
not,
and
listen,
fine everyone on TV.
Listen,
They're gonna be like right to censor.
You guys that think this is the best gimmick, I honestly don't feel like you know what good gimmicks are. I mean, you think this is good. You think the timeless Tony Storm is good. Next thing you're going to tell me, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo, and a fucking tuxedo playing MJF is great too. I mean, come on. I mean, I can't with you guys. You guys like complete shit.
Did he say Chrissy Hemme? What?
No, I said Christmas poo.
All right. We got to rein this in. We're going to go to a short commercial break. We'll be back.
Lose it, bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass. Other YouTube or Google me, turn it up and play it. Cause many people think it. I just had the balls. Then we get this trash. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all want me to believe. I ain't talking about AEW. I'm talking about AEW's fan base. Okay? So I'm talking to you.
Just bring it, bitch!
I want to love AEW. I actually like AEW. Said I want to love, I actually like. But seriously, people, Samoa Joe made this bull look like dental floss, right? There was I'm gonna see if I can. What they say, reenactment, right? Here's a shutout. Here's executive consultant. Here is Samoa Joe. Here is Hook. What the? How are we supposed to? What is that? Samoa Joe made quick work of Hook. Quick work. Hook should not have been in this match. I'm sorry.
Isn't that something?
It's weird. I have the same jacket that he has.
I just have to laugh.
A nice one.
I just
a nice
have to
one.
laugh.
What do you have to laugh about, Vince?
Let's just continue.
Timeless Tony Storm is so good.
Yeah, they're good. It's good to a bunch of blind men that play baseball.
Hey, I just want you to see. She
What's
is
so
that
good about Tony Storm?
She is that good.
You guys, listen. I keep telling you guys over and over again. I don't feel like none of you guys really watched Tony Storm when she was in the Mae Young Classic. 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, I should say. And I'm gonna tell you what, her 2 years in the Women's Classic and then coming to NXT was the best time for her.
Clearly, it wasn't.
Well, according to all these goobers here,
The Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, Mae Young Classic.
I mean, her time in AEW has been her best run.
Well, accordingly, apparently not, because they changed her gimmick from what she was doing before to this stupid haircut she has. It looks like a boy, and she's not wearing any fucking shoes ever. She's running down to the ring, slipping and falling, and she's ducking everybody because she's a scared little girl.
No. She slips and falls because she's not used to walking because Luther carries her.
Oh God, that makes me even sicker.
Okay, well, I'll say it again, because Luther carries her.
You know, Jeff has got a great point. Rocker Tony Storm is all that Vince cares about. That's it.
I think she wrestled the best there. I don't think she's doing the best she's doing right now.
I'm telling you, Rocker Tony Storm exists right now, and his name is Nick Nemeth. So enjoy. Come to FCW this Sunday, and you can see him face Matt Riddle.
And you know what? As Chris says, she is telling stories right now, and she is. This is some of the best Tony Storm work that we are seeing right now. she's money on commentary. It's not even her segment right now, and we're talking about Tony Storm. That's how good Tony Storm is right now.
The whole thing's funny. The faces that Mariah make is funny. Luther is even funny. Luther, for God's sake, who the hell you'd ever care about Luther? He was a Nepo hire, but he's fine. He's doing good in this. He's excelling.
Let me tell you, this is the best work I've seen Luther do in his time in AEW.
Absolutely. I mean, before he was with Serpentico, who couldn't even, string Herpistico's boots.
Next thing you're going to say to me, Dan, is that goober that fucking Swerve has. What's his name?
Which goober?
Prince Nana?
You're going to tell me he's good too.
What's wrong with him?
It's good to answer.
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with him?
What's not wrong with him? What do you mean? Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. If I was walking next to Prince Nana down to the ring in AEW, and I saw this goober wannabe rapper that looks like he's homeless next to me going like,
he's got a crown. How can you look
I
homeless?
would throw myself off the fucking stage. Oh my God. They have the worst gimmicks there.
You know what? I'm going to see if I can get Tony to do like a Make-A-Wish thing where you walk down the stage with Prince Nana and then you throw yourself off the stage. So Goober is the night of the. Do we name title shows? Because this show should be called the All Goober.
I'm telling you, they got the worst valets ever I've ever seen in my life. The worst.
You're such a goober.
They're all goobers.
They're
all fucking goobers. Oh
all right.
My God.
What is with this guy right now, man?
All right. So the Young Bucks are finding everyone, and they are growing goatees now, so they're away from their pencil thin mustaches.
Yeah,
and they're very judgmental of everyone, and nobody is living up to their standards, even though they show up late.
So let's actually get back to this episode of Dynamite here.
That's what I was just trying to do.
Jeez, man. So yes, money right now with the Bucks. I'm excited to see where this goes.
You are?
I am.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
That's what I think when you say that, Dan. I scratch my head going, really? You're looking forward to seeing where this is going to go?
Tony Storm is a Marilyn Monroe knockoff.
That's exactly
she's
her character, but it's
right
more of a
she's
fade, done away kind of, Think a generation older than Marilyn Monroe, like, or maybe even two.
Go on. What's after the Pennsylvania Geeks come on the TV?
So let's go ahead and jump right into the Undisputed Kingdom. We have Wardlow coming out.
Mr. Wardlow. Oops, Mr. Mayhem Wardlow.
This guy's a joke.
So Dasha Botch is his name.
Let me ask you something. Vince, do you like anything? Do you like anybody?
But here's the thing, though. He doesn't do anything. He's a brick wall.
Okay, this is like last week. Vince hated everything.
No, I don't hate everything.
This week, he hates everything.
He hates everything. It's going to be an A+ show.
I mean,
I never said it was an A+ show. I don't like
last week's show on video, which, by the way, it is, and anyone listened to it and then guessed what your grade was going to be. Nobody would have said A-. They would have said F-, G, D maybe at best. But then you break out an A-. I mean, your words and actions don't match your grade. I mean, actually, we should edit out just your portion of last week's show and then put a poll on UPR says, what do you think Vinny's grade for this week's Dynamite was, and then see what they think. Maybe I'm the unreasonable one. I've been wrong before. I was sure Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks was going to be at the Rumble. I've been wrong lots of times, as recently as this past weekend.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. All right, be honest with me. Be honest with me, Jeff. Does Wardlow really do anything for you?
Not lately. I mean, honestly, ever since he destroyed MJF right before MJF went on strike, the 24 hours later, when they let MJF have a live mic when he went on strike, right then and there is when the burial of Wardlow started, and nothing has been right since. So
yeah, but here's the thing: when somebody comes in the ring and does 24 power bombs to somebody over and over and over again, what does that do for you? Like, what are you proving that you can beat up people because you have a power bomb?
Oh, I think his stupid, his orchestrated lariat is stupid. I think the Powerbomb Symphony is stupid, but the crowd likes it. The AEW crowd likes shticks. Actually, all wrestling crowds like shticks.
Of course.
They want to hear Sweet Home Alabama every time they see Leonard Skinner. They don't care if it gets played 5 times during the same concert. So
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Exactly. Turn it up.
Powerbomb that man.
So something is
Wardlow
wrong with Wardlow, but it could be good. Like Wardlow and Adam Page are two people who desperately need managers to speak for them and to make them tough. But also, I mean, more Wardlow than Adam Page. Wardlow has sort of suffered by being in a promotion that doesn't value big men. I mean, big men are mostly in AEW to make little men look good.
Yeah. Yep. No, I mean, there's not a whole lot of big men in AEW right now, and
I count 3.
It's strange because
4. I count 4.
There's plenty, but they all lose. When's the last time you saw Miro?
Miro's on Collision,
but he hasn't been. I watched Collision.
I think he's missed the last 2 weeks.
He hasn't been on since the pay-per-view, the last pay-per-view. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, people at home can inventory the big men and see. I mean, Big Bill is the only big man that's in a semi-prominent position.
So, and you're right. But once next Wednesday comes, he won't be anymore. I
mean, unless you count Samoa Joe a big man, and you know what? Fair enough, you can.
You can. So Wardlow against Commander, and I've enjoyed this Commander gimmick and this wrestler. I think he is a nice shot in the arm for the luchador kind of cruiserweight high flyer division. A nice infusion of Mexican American talent at this point.
I hate him. I hate everything about him. First of all, listen, this might have been Wardlow's injury, but whatever that thing in the corner was where Wardlow apparently got the offense in where Commander was supposed to be knocked out, it looked like Commander did a double punch to Wardlow's neck, and then the power slam had nothing on it, so he must have been injured. But I mean, Commander can't work. He can do spots. He can't work wrestling. He's tiny. He's small. I prefer Clementistico and La Gonorrhea to Commander.
What great talent! Can you say those names one more time?
Sure. There's Hercresistico. There's La Gonorrhea. There's Clementistico.
Oh God. Oh jeez.
And their dances La Clap.
La Clap.
So, after this mix mosh of whatever names you had over there, because you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, Benny.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. I hate when they put people like Commander and luchadors that are really good against these big guys because...
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel like at the end of the day, you're wasting their talent because, to me, I want to see if I'm watching a luchador or Commander, I want to see what they really can do. I don't want to see Commander walk across and tightrope the rope like the Undertaker, and then Wardlow come and body slam him like he's a piece of cracker.
But that's the purpose of having.
I understand it's the purpose of it, but my thing is, you don't watch Double A or cruiserweights to go against Brock Lesnar. You watch cruiserweight matches to watch them go against other cruiserweights, and that's what I feel like wrestling is missing today. They're missing a cruiserweight division like WCW. They're missing it. That's what we need. We need our own division where it's only cruiserweights versus cruiserweights. Because honestly, who wants to see Rey Mysterio against a big guy like the Big Show? Like, how fun is that? That's not fun.
I don't know. I didn't follow anything you just said there. Yes, you started it with Commander and talked about him as good talent, and he sucks.
I'm not saying he's great, but what I'm saying to you is if you have a guy like Commander that is working like a luchador, where he's like he's a high flyer, and then you put him with a guy like Wardlow, I feel like you're taking all his talent away because all Wardlow is doing is smashing him.
But he didn't. I mean, sadly, this match, like all AEW matches, went way too long, and that played into the injury. If this was just what it should have been, a squash match that took 3 minutes, where Wardlow actually did squash him, they tried to do a high-flying move, he bounces off him, Wardlow picks him up for 3 power bombs, and the match is over in 2 minutes, he probably wouldn't have hurt his knee. And if you don't want to do that to Commander, you have 4 guys there from CMLL, and only 3 of them went into the ring. So obviously the 4th one is expendable. So, maybe have him in there. Or, is Serpentico still on the roster, or Angelico? I mean, pick someone else and do a squash match. We get all these overruns that don't even make it from AEW to the network to major cable systems and satellite systems DVR to get an overrun. So the numbers don't even count for the people who tell me the DVR +1, DVR +3, and DVR +7 count towards advertising revenues. Well, if you're right and I'm wrong, then they're fucking themselves every single week.
Can I ask you, was this match needed tonight?
No, absolutely not. But they should have furthered something with Wardlow to show him building towards something. It didn't need to be Commander. I mean, if
they don't got nothing, they don't got nothing for him. That's why there's no storyline for Wardlow.
Well, the storyline should be him smashing through people to get himself up in the rankings up for a title shot. I mean, that's what the story is supposed to be. And then he's supposed to hand the title to Adam Cole.
But let's be honest. Wardlow ain't going to be doing much of crap for the next bit because he got hurt tonight.
Well, I mean, hopefully it's just a tweak. But yeah, you're. I mean, listen again. This gimmick in this storyline is snake bit. So you are correct. Anyway, I mean, this was. Listen. The important thing that Vinny thought this sucked, and I think it sucked for different reasons. But Vinny hates AEW, and I just happen to hate the segment. But I love AEW.
So Wardlow does pick up the big victory with his powerbomb for the win. After the bell, Get the Kingdom comes in the ring. Roddy gets on the mic. Commander is going to pay the price for not taking his deal.
God. Jeff, you fucking killed me,
man. But hey, what does this do? We get the best friends now. We get the best friends. And I mean, who doesn't want the best friends on their television?
I don't.
Oh, come on.
Not even a little bit.
Why? What's wrong with the best friends?
I hate the best friends. As a matter of fact, the only one of the best friends that I even get as tolerable is Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy's fantastic.
Yeah, but I don't like Orange Cassidy, but I understand that people do, so I accept it. But the other, I mean, Rocky Romero doesn't even work for the goddamn company. Trent Beretta is a career loser. And Chuck Taylor isn't even well enough to get into the ring, but at least he knew not to get into the ring because he knew Wardlow was hurt, and so it was 3-on-3 instead of 4-on-4. Listen, Tony Schiavone with the save because you could see Wardlow, who couldn't control himself, was banging on the stairs. I hurt myself, and Tony Schiavone goes, "Wardlow's out here guarding Adam Cole." So good save, Tony. Yep. That actually was fast thinking on your feet. That's what you're supposed to do.
I will say that, Chris, you got a fantastic point.
By the way, there was something funny in the Taya Leone match where I think Tony or someone or Taz said, "Wow, he keeps getting bigger as he gets closer to you." Excalibur says, "Most things do."
that was a funny little tidbit right there. But Chris, you have a point. How is the Best Friends just going to intimidate the Undisputed Kingdom? It made no sense what they're doing with the Undisputed Kingdom right now because. What are you? Are you a dominant powerhouse, or are you just bullshit little wusses that just get thrown off?
I'm going to go for bullshit little wusses.
And are the Best Friends going to try to go for the Ring of Honor tag team titles? Is it going to be Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta, who were Roppongi Vice? Are they reforming Roppongi Vice for the 27th time?
I mean, they should.
I will never forget this. This is where my opinion of Trent Beretta was formed. It is probably about 9 years ago or 10 years ago on Ring of Honor TV. They come out and Rocky Romero takes the mic and says, "This is the end. Roppongi Vice, this is the end of it. Trent, you're too good for this. I want you to go out there and become a world champion." He taps him. Trent's like, "Uh-huh." And then 2 weeks later, he comes back with Chuck Taylor, and they've been best friends ever since.
Yep.
He's a quitter, loser, doesn't even believe in himself. And you know what? He shouldn't. And his mother should be ashamed of him.
Should be ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have one of the highlight segments of the night. We have, anytime Tony Schiavone does a sit-down interview, I feel like I have to listen.
No physicality.
No physicality, but it's entertainment.
Sure.
He is a living legend.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Ricky Starks, Big Bill, Darby Allin, and Sting. And we're kind of getting a little bit of a backstory on why Ricky Starks has an issue with Sting. That was his, one of his losses when Sting first came in. He beat Ricky Starks at Revolution back in 2021. And it was a nice little added seasoning for the match that'll end up happening next week, because I feel like AEW just likes to, they don't always, they do long-term storytelling, but they don't always do it correctly. And I think this was a good little way to throw something in from the past to make this kind of make a little more sense and add a little spice to the rivalry.
Well, they threw a lot in from the present because Darby, all but said, "Ricky, you've been going all over social media telling us you're out the door and this is a stepping stone for you." And he kept catching himself going, "Sting is not a stepping stone. Sting's not a stepping stone." And then Ricky was doing the, "I'm going to beat the titles." We are, basically doing Christian and Kill Switch Luchasaurus ×3. So
right.
Obviously listen, Ricky is all but gone. Everybody knows that. We now know that Bill is going to abandon him or something and leave him alone or whatever the case might be. And as other people on the show said, they're going to give those titles to Darby and Sting, and then the Bucks are going to put them in that match for Revolution, themselves in the match for Revolution, and that's probably what's going to happen.
Most likely. Probably makes the most sense. Vince, what do you got on this?
Nothing.
You loved it, right?
Nothing.
No.
Okay. Next, we have Kyle Fletcher taking on Chris Jericho. And, this wasn't terrible.
Yes, it was.
But I thought it was interesting how they finally put Chris Jericho kind of back on TV after all of these allegations, when they've seemed to have kind of hidden him over the past, I want to say 4 or 5 weeks.
If by hiding him, you mean in promos, commentary, Rampage, and Collision.
Well, they've protected him. We'll put it that way. They've protected him.
From who? The 1,700 inbreds that were in the crowd, which half of them were the same people that were at Bouger City?
Listen.
I recognize too many of those over thick burnt eyebrows with eyes that were too close together.
They're taking signs away.
They're
being really crazy about not talking about Jericho right now. Have you been missing all of this?
No, I'm caught up.
I just think that you are imagining something that doesn't exist, because clearly, as a non-AEW fan, you don't watch Rampage, you don't watch Collision, and you don't pay attention to the not in the ring action, because I'm the only one who loves all things AEW.
Here we go, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm going to say to you about this is it wasn't a horrible match and it wasn't a great match. I think Chris Jericho's time in the ring, I feel like it should slowly wind down. He can still go, but you do see some spots that you question yourself, like Jericho. Sometimes, some of his moves that I don't think they connect really well. And I understand he's an older man, he's getting up there in age, but that's why I think that's why they're really not giving him so much. And he's, he is on the commentary team on Friday nights.
Rampage. What?
Rampage.
And I'll tell you, Rampage is not one of those programs that I genuinely like to watch on a consistent basis.
I mean, it's not horrible. It's not the best.
It's not good,
An admission right there.
huh?
An admission. I've never missed an episode of Rampage or Collision or Dynamite or Battle of the Belts. Listen, this match was bad. It was slow and it was cumbersome. Jericho hit a couple of good moves, but I mean that whatever that was supposed to be, brainbuster or whatever from the ropes, where he just sort of fell over and Kyle Fletcher couldn't hold him up for the suplex. That was ugly. And then they both pretended like it hit, which was stupid. And Jericho is supposed to be the veteran who knows how to work, but he's too lazy or gassed that he doesn't do it. Kyle Fletcher, I mean, first of all, he's got a Ring of Honor championship, so you know he's losing the match because that's what having a Ring of Honor championship means. It means I'm going to lose a match on AEW television.
But Kyle Fletcher is the kind of guy that should be beating Chris Jericho.
Yes, he is, exactly. And in 7 weeks, he's going to be playing second fiddle to Will Ospreay, again, probably in some make-a feud. And Don Callis is out there, and Hobbs is out there. Hobbs is doing a little bit, but the whole match, I'm wondering, where's Takeshita? Where's Takeshita? I'm like, oh, he must be doing something in Japan or something like that. Nope, he was in the back. So at the end, he dramatically comes out to put his thumb down like a gladiator, like, I'm going to get you next time, Jericho. Well, you could have gotten him this time.
Could have gotten him.
Helped your guys. I mean, they happened to be like, what was he in the bathroom? Was he making a Taco Bell run? He heard the gong and he had the Yokihiro Taco Bell. I mean,
he came out.
I know when he first got here, he didn't know a lot of English, and so he went to a lot of fast food places, and he really enjoyed himself.
I don't think he knows much English now.
Well, he doesn't know. He apparently doesn't recognize Hobbs, Fletcher, or Callis either, and they're supposed to be a family. Shitty family.
Well, aren't all heel families a shitty family?
And by the way, talking about the Don Callis family or ex-family or ex-Jericho, I mean, Sammy Guevara had a concussion, was off TV for 5 or 6 weeks. He comes on, he does that dive, putting his body on the line from 30 feet down, goes through crash board. We haven't seen him since.
No,
nope. You think just maybe he has a concussion again? Just maybe they don't even mention his name. Yeah,
maybe, quite possibly. Sammy, get better.
I just hope they're really that much overpaid, because that poor baby is going to need all the 529 funds that they can stow away for it. Because that is not going to be a smart kid.
Well, Takeshita and Jericho next week. I'm looking forward to it. I think that's actually going to be a pretty decent match.
Sure.
Now, this is the best part. This is Jeff's favorite right here.
Oh, God.
We are jumping into the wonderful, the lovely, the amazing, the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo and her past with Toni Storm, and kind of explaining the story behind the tattoo they both got. And I love this feud. I think this is money right now. I can't tell you the last time I have been this excited for a women's match in AEW.
Okay. Listen, I didn't. The vignette and the promo was fine until she gets the story about the matching tattoos, because she just made it seem like two girls did something silly. I mean, I thought there was supposed to be some deep meaning to it or whatever. Like, ooh, we passed the same dojo at the same day, and this was our rite of passage, and we had Peking duck, so we did duck. I don't. It's just like it was like this whole big dramatic thing, the photos, the candids, and everything, and then it's like, and we thought we would both get stupid duck tattoos. Cute, hee hee hee, hee hee hee.
That was good. Now. This was the low point of the night, I want to say. The Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Oh my God. Come on. Dan, this was certainly a segment on a wrestling television show.
Oh, geez.
That's all I can say about it.
Can you explain to me what the purpose of this one even was?
To do their cheap, stupid thing so that the crowd would pop at everything, including massive scissor me's. The Card Blade apparently has been fired, but Juice Board was brought in, and everyone loves Juice Board. And there's two words to it's not suck it's guns up, and so now there's a like a hybrid scissor gunsing thing.
This wasn't needed.
And
Agreed, Jeff. Agreed.
All 6 of them came in there for like 10 to 12 minutes of dead air time on a show that's constantly time mismanaged and goes into overruns for no apparent reason. And this was for nothing. They're a super group that they both have trios titles or 6-man trios, and they've expressed absolutely no goals except
I can't wait
the numbers. But they're not even being targeted by the people who beat them up anymore.
No.
But here's the thing, though. You say, what is this needed for? The sheriff said it, for crowds and merchandise. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This gets over more than this Tony Timon's bullshit that she's putting on. This
very sports entertaining to me, Vinny. And as an AEW fan, I don't like sports entertainment. I like sports-based professional wrestling.
I get it. But what I'm saying to you is they do stuff just like Roman Reigns when he puts the finger up. They all the goobers go like this in the crowd. They all go like this because they're all right there. Let's all put the finger up because we don't know what else to do but put that fucking finger up.
Well, Jeff Hardy gave the fingers to Jon Moxley.
Am I right? Let's
right.
all do this. Because we're all followers, let's all put the one finger up. Come on, guys.
But usually when Roman is on the television, and yes, it takes way too long to get there, usually it's for some purpose to advance a story or to have a beatdown or set something up. This was just for ha-has. I mean, it was just like, we have 10 minutes, we don't know what to do. Send these guys out and let them. I mean, they didn't even have a prepared rap.
No, it was an ass segment.
I'm not going to say it wasn't in that segment. What I'm going to say, you're right, it works, but you can't tell me that this doesn't work either because people go nuts over the scissor. Everybody goes nuts over it.
They're going nuts over Timeless Tony Storm. You hate that?
Are you acknowledging now, Vinny? Are you acknowledging?
I cannot stand that. I cannot stand that goober.
What
Which
goober?
I cannot stand Roman Reigns. He's not a great wrestler.
I thought you were talking about Tony Storm. Or
I heard too. I can't stand her
either.
I will not take this slander right now. I will not take this slander. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back. We're going to discuss more of the goober that Vinny calls Tony Storm, which, what an idiot. Deonna Purrazzo, Taya Valkyrie next.
La, 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 la.
Oh, jeez.
Joe Gacy, he finds Dijak's Batcave. I love this. I thought this was hilarious because you see Dijak. First off, Dijak, what I get out of this stuff? Dijak just sits in the dark with glasses. I don't even know why that's his thing, but that's his thing. Joe Gacy just finds this place. He says, "Oh, this is where you be doing all your work and everything like that." I mean, Dijak says, "I should just kick your ass." Joe Gacy laughs at him. This gives me, and I was saying this on Twitter on Pop. Joe Gacy and Dijak gives Batman and Joker vibes. Obviously, Joe Gacy being Joker and Dijak being Batman. Then they proceed to brawl, and this brawl continues to happen throughout the show, which I loved. One of the things I really like about reviewing NXT, not only do I like the good wrestling, and they have some fun storylines, and they have stuff that's so wacky, and I think this is wacky because where's Dijak in this building? Like, where is he? Where is this place? I don't. Where is he doing this paperwork at? And what paperwork are you doing? Like, are you writing a report?
It did what it needed to do. It was fun watching Gacy beat the living crap out of Dijak for a minute while they keep brawling back and forth.
Fantastic. We're going to talk more about this thing.
I
have some answers from him. First of all, why is Dijak journaling? Second of all, if we need to know why somebody wears sunglasses inside, we actually have someone we can turn to in backstage right now, the executive consultant who is constantly wearing sunglasses while inside. So, maybe we could get some insight into that. But I don't know. I guess we're not here for NXT. Though I wish we were, because NXT is delightful.
Delightful
Oh,
where?
geez.
And he said good matches.
Oh,
what good wrestling are they doing NXT? That show sucks so much.
Nobody watches wrestling for the wrestling.
Huh?
Nobody watches wrestling for the wrestling.
Yeah, but that show's ass. There's nothing great about it.
Everything's great about it.
I hope you're kidding me.
All right. So Deonna
really like
Purrazzo,
Love it.
I can't get that into it right now.
Name two good wrestlers right now on NXT.
Well, I've already told you like 20 times, I don't really care about wrestling. It's the least important thing about wrestling. But Tiffany Stratton is amazing, and the entire women's division is fantastic. Blair Davenport, Fallon Henley, the entire women's division is awesome. I like Trick Williams a lot. Braun Breaker. I mean, Baron Corbin somehow has been interesting. Bella was good. I mean, there's lots of good wrestlers. Dragon Lee's down there.
Ron Breaker couldn't wrestle himself out of a paper bag.
I bet he could wrestle himself out of a paper bag. He's got the best spear in the business. He'll go right through that paper bag.
God, here we go.
I've seen him go through much thicker things than paper bags and not tweak his knee.
Yeah, Dragunov and Breaker, probably the two.
I'll give you Dragunov, but Braun Breaker, by now, the Braun Breaker train's getting very, very thin because I honestly don't think they know what to do with him. They really don't.
He doesn't have the upside of a
Whoa. What do you mean they don't know what they're doing with Breaker? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What I mean? They listen. The way it goes in NXT, okay, usually it goes. You put the last good wrestler that was NXT that made their way up to the main roster. You give them a whole entire year. Okay, you give them half a year as a champion, then they move up to the main roster. How long has Braun Breaker been in NXT now for?
2 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. 2 years.
He was literally just in the Royal Rumble. He had an amazing showing. He's literally going to be on SmackDown tomorrow.
He got put in the Royal Rumble because of a fluke accident. That is it.
Who cares? At the end of the day,
who cares?
Vince. First off, we're discussing AEW, and somehow we went on to this NXT thing.
Because I keep seeing these shows, and they keep making these comments like they're actually watching this garbage. Like nobody watches this garbage. This is garbage. It's garbage.
What is garbage?
I'm waiting to hear what you like. So
there's nothing good about NXT at all. Not one thing.
What do you like?
I don't like. Listen, I don't like a promotion like NXT.
Lola, there's nothing good about NXT.
I'm not saying there's nothing. I know. I'm not saying it's the worst. But when don't they always say if it's not broke, don't if it's broke, what do they say? If it's not
You're
broke,
such a fucking goober. Get out of here.
Right? Hold on. Do they not say that, right?
They definitely don't say whatever it is you said.
Anyways, so what do they do? What does NXT do every single time they have great people on it? They move them up to the main roster and they end up getting fired. Every single time. Almost every single time.
The entire women's division came from
AEW.
NXT.
Half of them are in AEW. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you?
I mean,
that it's a shit show.
Almost everybody that's on the main roster now, all 100% of the women except for Natty went through NXT.
Women. No men. Women.
And about
all right, guys.
2/3 of the men went through NXT.
Guys, we got to finish the show. We got 2 matches left. Let's get to this. Jeez Louise.
Go ahead. Let's talk about the ending here.
Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo against Taya Valkyrie. Now, this has happened so many times already. I don't know. Taya's done, right? I mean,
I don't know. Last year she was a game changer.
Was she though?
Does Deonna really feel? I mean, listen, I know that you're in love with her, so I'm going to give you a bit of a pass. But does Deonna really feel like a game changer for AEW as a brand, or is she just a good addition?
No, she's a good addition.
I think she's a great addition. I think they need Monet for the game changer.
Okay.
But Deonna with Monet, with Tony, with Britt, I'm
so excited for Britt and Monet to be in the same locker room together and fighting over their booking and politicking, and that it's going to make Punk and Jungle Boy look like it was in a ball bounce. It's going to get so violent. That is going to be fantastic.
We're going to have a brawl for all over here.
So can I ask you something real quick? Do you not think that Monet not being in AEW and they're waiting for some stupid reason, don't you think that's like a travesty in its own self right there?
There's a big announcement next week. That could be it.
Listen, there is a huge announcement next week. It's a big one.
There was 3 opportunities to bring her in. Jacksonville, World's End. There was one other one. They didn't even do it. They wasted those opportunities.
Dave
she might
Meltzer
not have even
said that
been
she had
signed yet.
acting obligations to finish.
Oh, doing what? Pee-wee's Playhouse?
What
What's that bitch fucking filming?
What just
Surely
happened
not
here?
another season of fucking Mandalorian.
Jeff, what just happened to you, man? There you go.
I just wanted to advertise that podcast, the Ron's podcast, because I love him so much.
That's
No, I have no idea. What I actually have heard, two things. One is that her ankle is not fully healed and she hasn't been cleared. Secondly, that she wanted to make sure that she could have her outside brand. She did a whole bunch of trademarks on a whole bunch of merchandise. You know, she thinks she's going to be like the next, Fendi or something. But, whatever. Yeah, I mean, listen, I just can't wait for the politicking. That's right. It got under my skin so much.
it did.
I keep crying. Like they tell me on the X, cry more. It's like, I didn't know I was crying. I didn't know I was upset or triggered, but okay.
Cry more. Cry
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, cry more. Ow, wrestling. It's so important.
So I just want to touch
But actually, I think that the big announcement might be Forbidden Door Quattro with CMLL and Herpestico.
It could be Forbidden Door 3.
Well, Forbidden Door Quattro. Forbidden Door 3, of course, but then 3 weeks later on pay-per-view, Forbidden Door Quattro.
Listen, knowing Tony Khan, it's going to be something so stupid like tickets are going on sale for double or nothing. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to make no sense. The announcement should be Monet, should be Okada, should be whoever it is that they're about to sign. But that's not how Tony Khan operates.
How the tickets are still on sale for All In, and guys, I already bought the first 45,000. You've only bought another 1,700, so come on, put your fucking money where your fucking mouths are. Come on, England.
We'll see. We'll see what inevitably happens with that.
England, I'm so excited about all things going on, and the Wembley's a really exciting. I'm so excited to be there. I can't wait, and all of you love it in England. I'm gonna wear a funny hat and everything. You better believe it all. And there's no such thing as statutory rape there, so Jericho can do whatever he wants, and it's legal. You stupid dumbass.
All right, so
how do I get
Perazo
cocaine
does
there?
get Taya Valkyrie to tap out. That's something.
Yeah, Taya Valkyrie. That hair was troubling. And listen, the best part was when her and Johnny started kissing, and Tony Storm cringed because I did the exact same expression on my face in black and white. As a matter of fact, it was so cringe. I actually lost all of this glorious color that I have in me.
And let me tell you, Tony Storm was flawless tonight on commentary. Absolutely flawless. I
think you mean timeless.
Timeless. She was timeless.
Look at Vince.
She was timelessly flawless. Vince, come on. Gold dust me right now. Gold dust me.
I don't see what you guys see in this girl. Like,
I don't see what you don't see.
She's not, because it's not entertaining. Like, you know what's entertaining?
Jeff thinks she was entertaining.
Who's the stupid guy on commentary on Rampage?
Matt Maynard.
Huh?
Mark Henry. Matt Maynard.
No.
Shaquille O'Neal.
No, he's part of that group with Chris Jericho.
Paul what? Well, that's Matt Maynard. Unless
that's
you're talking
it?
about Angelo Parker, but
okay.
The guy who says, "You want to know what makes my nipples hard?" That's Matt Maynard.
I think he's more. I think he puts on a better showing on Rampage than I think, and I think he's stupid.
But
I think
he's good on commentary. I will give you that. But
no, he is. But he says some stupid off the wall stuff.
Well, he is stupid.
So you should relate.
Did you did you see the little spat that they had with QT Marshall and the Diamond Cutter, and then Petey Williams is like, because they were complaining about stealing moves. I think QT's really whining about it, that he's did the Diamond Cutter. He's been gone 1 week. And then Petey Williams goes, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, you wouldn't understand. He's like, what? Because everybody used the Canadian Destroyer, for those of you out there who aren't also all wrestling fans like I am.
AEW, there's a Canadian Destroyer every week.
Every match.
Just about every other. I'll give it every other match. But it's weird how they just have over abused that move.
Indeed.
So yeah, we're gonna get this Perazo and Storm. Is it official for Revolution yet?
I believe it is, which is really strange because it's January 31st right now, and Revolution is March 3rd. So you think they could do a little bit more time to build up before announcing the match? Like next week, it's winner of Page versus Swerve is going to face Joe. I mean, you have time. You have TV shows between now and then.
Look, we all know what's going to happen. We know that it's going to end in a draw or a DQ, or we're not going to get a winner. It's going to be a triple threat at Revolution.
Oh,
It should be. It should be. It should be.
Do you think there's going to be a schmaz and we're going to get Hook and RVD coming for the save, and then next week we're going to have a trios match or a six-man
I
match?
hope not. I hope not.
Yeah, that sounds pretty likely.
Yeah, it does now that you say it.
Yeah. But I think you're right. There will be some sort of schmaz without a rare non-finish in AEW.
It will be. It will
No,
be.
yeah, I've been saying all along this is going to be a triple threat.
It needs to be. It absolutely does. Because here's the thing. Hangman can't lose. And
Can you lose?
well, because it would be his third loss and he'd just look like a joke, and he has so much momentum right now. And then also Swerve can't lose.
Right.
So you can't have a winner.
And Joe is the only one who can lose, but he shouldn't. But he will.
Correct. Yeah, no, you're 100%. And I can see Hangman winning the belt.
I could see. Well, listen, we're far away from there, so you know.
I mean, let's be honest.
I could see it too because I've seen him with the belt before, so
right.
I can. But yeah, I could see.
And then we're gonna get match number 4 at Double or Nothing for the belt.
Would you rather see Hangman or Joe with the belt?
Hangman.
I like Joe
because I don't think Joe's doing that great of a job.
I'm with you on that. Joe's not really moving the needle for me right now.
Nope.
Well, you know, Hangman had his chance, but I would like to see Swerve the belt. But the truth is, he doesn't move the needle either. I mean, some of his
You know what, Jeff?
You know what,
Jeff? I agree with you. I would like to see Swerve with the belt. You know why? Because at the end of the day, hold on. At the end of the day, I think when Swerve came in, he wasn't as good. And I think as every week goes on, I think he gets better and better.
He does.
Yeah,
so I'd love to see Swerve with the belt.
It is inevitable. We've discussed this. I believe Swerve will be champion.
Don't jinx him by saying inevitable, because Keith Lee used to say that.
I know.
What happened to Keith Lee? Can anybody tell me what happened to Keith Lee?
Oh yeah, he's getting double surgery. He's getting heart surgery and throat surgery.
Really? He's hurt?
I think they are actually medical conditions. I don't think it's wrestling related injuries.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're going to go to Darby Allin is asked about his admiration for the Young Bucks.
Aww.
And the Young Bucks love Darby Allin.
Sure.
And Matthew
Sapilla
calls Sting a blood-sucking leech.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a new idea for a gimmick for Allin. And they could all be a trio together.
Oh. What is this gimmick?
Well, they don't get into detail on what the gimmick is.
So their sales pitch did not involve the actual pitch.
It did not. Not. Nicholas thinks that Allin is unprofessional.
They're studying under the learning tree of Tony Khan and business.
Yes, and they are. Mm-hmm. And Allin says they're going to win those tag titles. And basically, we're just alluding to the Young Bucks.
Like, oh, yeah. What's up?
Darby
what's up? Let's go find some motherfuckers.
Let's go do this.
Let's find them. Let's do it.
Let's do this shit. Tag titles on the line.
Let's go total Bryan Danielson snitch all over this place, and let's start finding this bitch up. I need to get my wife's salary back.
Fuck them kids.
Damn right.
Shit. So
shit.
This stuff is just, what are they even doing right now?
I don't know. They're playing themselves. They're playing
ahead,
themselves, turned
bring
up
it
to
home.
6.
Dan, bring it home. Let's talk about the last match. Bring it home.
Let's do it.
Come on, Dan.
Let's main event it. It's time for the main event.
Go ahead. It's time for the main event.
It's time for the main
You know what?
event.
Honest, I'm going to tell you something. It's very sad what they do to Mark Henry every week. Like, they bring Mark Henry in and he's all elite. But what do you like? I'm not expecting him to wrestle, but what a joke every week.
He hasn't been on for 5 months. He doesn't even do the main event thing anymore.
Oh no! Well, that shows you how much I watch fucking Rampage.
I know. I'm the only AEW fan here. We've established that week in and week out.
Vince,
which is why I have to leave this show.
Do you even watch?
Because you guys disgust me. I'm such a good fan, and you're so bad at being fans.
I watch. I just don't watch. I don't really watch. I don't think. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I don't think. I rarely see a Rampage card that I think is worth.
He's on Busted Open Radio.
Yeah, I know he's on Busted.
That's totally not related to AEW. Oh, but Jeffrey, they're doing Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, which is not their real names. Their real last names are Massey.
Unbelievable. So Swerve Strickland faces the handpicked Adam Hangman Page opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And it is none other than the absolute has-been RVD.
Which I'm
the
very
whole
surprised.
Show.
Because know he's under contract with WWE, right?
What, a Legends deal or something like that?
Yeah, so I'm very surprised he's not in trouble for doing this.
I mean, he might be, but who cares, right? Who cares?
Probably got permission.
Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. It is what it is. RVD put down his joint long enough to go get in the ring and put on a decent performance. I will say that. He put on a decent performance. He put on a better performance than Jeff Hardy.
He did. He was protected by the hardcore match, but it's sad when
Absolutely.
You have the 55-year-old in the hardcore match and the 34-year-old is shaking in his boots about it. I just don't. I mean, I understand it was to protect RVD, but nobody forced them to pick RVD. And then when he said the type of match, I sort of was expecting it maybe to be a triple threat, that maybe it was going to be like a 2-on-1. And then I heard hardcore. I'm just like, oh god.
Oh, you knew it. You knew it. Come on, RVD hardcore.
He's my age.
Yeah, but he doesn't look bad.
No, he looks great. He can bust. He can't walk, but he can wrestle. It's the strangest thing.
It's strange. It's so strange. It really is. And I mean, he still can go. He still can go. I mean, I don't want to see him in there for 20, 25 minutes, but for 10, he can go.
He's he's fine. But this is not a main event. Like, you're trying to kill someone so that they're not in your way to get to a world title shot, and you pick out a middle-aged AARP member. It doesn't make sense. I mean, picking the guy from Mogul Empire didn't make sense in real world, but at least in kayfabe, it's his goon and he's giant. I mean, that sort of makes sense in wrestling logic. It does. I mean, but Adam has no friends. I mean, his friends were the Bucks, but they're not his friends anymore. And then there's
Hook.
any diverticulitis.
Hook now. All of a sudden, I don't know where this came from.
Right, he found a new 160-pound friend. So great, good on him.
It's amazing that he found a child on the corner and just decided, hey, do you want to get my back? And it apparently has happened, and it's working. I just want to know how Hook is taking.
Listen, his father was right there to give consent. I don't want you to give the fans of this show the wrong idea.
No, we can't. But I mean, how are you supposed to sell to an audience that Brian Cage is getting bitched out by Hook?
I don't know. And why is Brian Cage coming out to help here, but he didn't actually help out his boss earlier? I mean, I don't.
Here's another guy right there that I don't think they know what they're dealing with.
No, of course not. Well, they do know what to do with him. He's just a goon that mostly loses, and he doesn't care because he never made money before AEW. So hey, he's like, all right.
And let me ask: has the rankings come out yet for AEW? Because they're supposed to be coming out tonight, any moment.
Not to my knowledge, but I'm here working, not on X, so you can check it out.
Let's
Check.
see. AEW
Maybe
ranking.
maybe there's some breaking news out there for our.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So we have. Hold on. This shit. AEW.
All right. Well,
I mean-
anyway,
No, we don't even have rankings. Oh, here. Okay.
There we go.
Your rankings. So we have it goes through the champions: Samoa Joe,
I don't
Christian
agree with
Cage, Orange Cassidy, Eddie Kingston. So the contenders are number 1, Swerve; number 2, Hangman; number 3, Adam Copeland; number 4, John Moxley; number 5, Roderick Strong. How the hell is Roderick Strong in the top 5?
it's like 4-0.
I want to know how. I want to know how he got on the list.
Well, first of all, there's only one way to answer that properly. Damn. He's undefeated.
He is. He is. And
Against who?
He beat, and then he beat the other. He beat Commander. That's one person he beat. I'm trying to think of who he yelled at.
I want to know how Mariah May is a top 5 contender for a woman's title right now.
I have no complaints.
I don't have complaints on that. I just want to know how after one match.
Want to know?
You know what? I have one even better for you. How is Deonna Purrazzo on there? And she's had 2 matches, maybe 3.
I think she's now 4-0.
Okay, 4 matches, and she's a contender for the in the division.
Yeah, well, her. I mean, she might be 3-0, but if she's 4-0, that's the same record that Swerve and Hangman have in 2024.
Well, I want to tell you right now how down bad the tag team division is in AEW right
3-1, we're being told.
3-1.
Who's 3-1? Deonna Purrazzo? Who'd she
Mariah
lose to?
May?
Mariah May? Who'd she lose to?
Really? She's 3-1?
Okay.
Is that who we're referring to right now?
No,
Deonna.
Who
Who did Deonna lose to? Are we talking about when she lost to what was it, Britt Baker, or was it Britt Baker?
Well, Britt Baker hasn't wrestled in a year and a half.
I was
So
gonna say, what are you talking about?
No, Deonna had a women's title match back in the pandemic era.
This is only 2024.
Okay. Yeah, we're only doing 2024, guys.
All right. I don't know.
That's really interesting. And her entrance, her stat was 3-1. Okay. So the
Was
tag
she in
team
a tag match?
contenders.
Did she lose a tag match somewhere along the way?
No, I think they're counting her women's title match back during the pandemic era.
So she is the only person that they're counting something pre-2024, and they're counting a loss despite making her the number 1 contender. And that makes sense. That is, you know what? That is cocaine logic. So, yeah, checks out.
Yeah.
He said cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
But
Great
how is John Silver and Alex Reynolds the number 2
Still
contender?
employed? Don't know.
Yeah, still employed. I'm just.
Remember when they rehired Stu Grayson and nobody's seen him since?
Yeah, that's kind of where we are with this.
Yeah.
This is really interesting.
But let me ask you this question: when's the last time we seen them actually wrestle?
Which of them? John
Silver and.
Didn't they won a battle royal for like a shot at the Ring of Honor tag team championships, and then they lost that title, that match. That's the last I remember.
When was that?
Probably November-ish.
So we haven't really seen them really at all this year.
I don't remember seeing them. I mean, they might have been in one of those, battle royal scrums where there were a whole lot of people in them. I mean, I think wasn't there like a battle royal before World's End? I mean, they were probably there, but in tag team action, I don't recall seeing them. But I don't recall seeing most of the tag teams in tag team action. I mean, I think FTR's been in 6-man matches. The Guns, I don't think have wrestled. I mean, I'm not sure who's wrestled in tag team action. That's an actual tag team.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense right now.
The Righteous. The Private Party. Did they even? I think the Top Flights wrestled a bunch of times. But I mean, Lucha Brothers, no.
I can't tell you the last time I saw Ray Phoenix.
Well, he's hurt.
He's
And
hurt.
they've been sticking Commander in there with Penta, but I mean, they always lose. Even though Penta continues to have Cero Miedo 22 times a match.
Cero Miedo.
How about instead of doing this 22 times a match, hit the guy?
Something. Just shoves it right in his face. Like, it's coming. What are you doing, guys?
All right, take us some, Dan.
All right. So let's do some parting shots here, guys. Evil Dose. What do you got?
This show was an absolute disaster. Last week I was pretty positive that they were building towards things. That you had one good match and a couple of things that gave me some chuckles. This show, I finally get to say it without exaggeration, without hyperbole. This show gets an F.
Oh,
and this promotion is limping into
an
whatever
F
this
for
big announcement
fun?
is. Yeah, F for fuck this shit. Woo, woo.
Well, Vince.
I mean, listen, if it wasn't for the Hangman Adam Page match and the decent RVD and Swerve match, I would have been right there with Jeff. But I'm gonna give it a D minus.
Okay, I'm gonna give this a C plus, and the only reason I'm gonna give it a C plus is because the Hangman match was phenomenal. Swerve and RVD was actually decent. And Deanna and Tony were progressing some storylines. I thought it was a money segment. I think it's great how every time Tony's on the screen, it's black and white. They're doing some positive things. There she is. There's the virtuosa.
That's your girlfriend. That's your wife right there.
They are doing some positive things with Deanna. They are doing some positive things with Tony. They're building that women's division, and they're doing some positive things with progressing some storylines. And that to me, that is an important thing right now, is you're actually having a direction.
I don't know where that direction is, Dan, but I'll agree with whatever you just said.
So we will go from there. I just want to plug in every week, Wednesday nights. I will be here along with Vince. We will be reviewing AEW Dynamite. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us your time, your likes, your comments. Please subscribe to UPR. We have a bevy of shows to watch from. Mondays, we have the Raw review. Tuesdays, we have NXT. Wednesdays, we have Dynamite. Thursdays, we're going to have TNA. Fridays, we're going to have SmackDown.
TNA, what the fuck?
I'm saying Saturdays, Collision. Sundays, who knows? It's just going to be there. We're going to have
Prediction
the Mike Knox show.
No Rampage, though.
We're going to have a bevy of shows. There is something for everybody here. If you love movies, you love wrestling, you love entertainment, give it all a go. Give it a look. Give it a shot. You won't be disappointed. And on that note, we are an hour and 20 minutes in. We reviewed AEW Dynamite. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week.
Finally got them to give some honest grades. And stay evil, my friends.